Hey everyone, welcome back to the video, and today we have parts for the 370Z. Let's get into it.
Yep, I bought a wrecked 2012 Nissan 370Z that was completely written off. Most people would have walked away, but not me. We're about to give this thing a whole new life, rebuilding it, modding it, and taking it way beyond stock. Hit subscribe and follow the Z rebuild. This thing is going to be wild.
One of the first things we're going to do with the car before we start just throwing the radiator support on and the lower cross member is, if you notice in the last video, I did find some damage to the serpentine belt. You can see it's dry rotted, cracked a little bit. We're going to go ahead and replace that with a brand new Gates belt. That way I don't have to worry about that, and that's a little bit of preventive maintenance is done, so we don't have to worry about a broken serpentine belt. And just like that, we have the new belt on. Much better than the old one. Everything feels nice and firm. Nice preventative maintenance piece. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving on to the actual crash damage. So we'll go ahead and get the new cross member put on, and then just start building up for there. Get the radiator support on after that. So when I first got the car and I was starting it up to take it off the trailer, the belt would squeak for a couple seconds after the car started. And so for those who are wondering why am I replacing the belt, well, as you can see, there is a ton of cracks. The belt is really old. I would bet that this is probably the original belt. And so there's just a ton of damage, and that's why we needed to get the new one on the car. One of the parts we're going to be running on the car is a Z1 Motorsports bash bar. I believe it's originally for if you're running an intercore setup, if you have a supercharged or turboed car, but I don't. I actually got this as a really good deal off Facebook Marketplace. I was in need of a crash bar, and this popped up brand new, so I went ahead and purchased it since it was cheaper than a OEM aluminum bash bar. The install looks pretty simple. It looks like it's literally just going to bolt up to the frame rails. It is slotted, so you can slide it left and right. And again, I imagine that's if you have an intercooler, that'll allow you to slide it and adjust it so it doesn't come into contact with the intercooler. But again, we don't have that. We're simply using it as a replacement bash bar. So let's go ahead and get this thing put on. Alright, so we have the bash bar on. It went on quite well. Used the original hardware. However, if you notice in the time lapse, I did have a struggle with this bolt down here. I do remember on the crash bar, this bolt came out a bit sideways, so I actually had to run a thread chaser through it. Since on the back of this, you can see there is a nut, so those threads apparently did get damaged during the accident. So ran a thread chaser through it, and the factory bolt went in with no problems. So it's on there, and honestly, I love this thing. This entire car, other than the intake and exhaust, is stock. So this is a nice little tasteful upgrade, I believe. The next thing I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the headlights in. I know this side was pretty untouched. The headlights weren't in the best of shape. They were very cloudy. They definitely need restored, so that'll probably be in a later video. But right now, I just want to go ahead and get the headlight back in to see kind of how things are lining up, make sure things are in the correct places. I also don't even know if the headlight works, so this will be a good way to test it. I was able to source a light for this side, so we'll go ahead and get that one in as well. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, hey, why are you using the beat up wrecked fender? This is not staying. I have a fender on order along with the bumper, so those will be replaced. I also have a hood on order as well. But for right now, my main thing is I just want to see how things line up. I also want to see if the parts I bought even work. So this will allow me to get things in here, see this things work, and then once I get the new fender and the bumper, I can mess more with the alignment and make sure things fit properly and we have proper gaps. So we have both headlights in now. It's kind of crazy. It's actually starting to look like a car. Definitely need to get the other intake tube on. I honestly hate the intake, but whatever. That's on. Everything lined up perfectly. This side was basically untouched from the accident. This side has seen its days. I only have a couple bolts in up here and on the side, simply because, as you can see, I mean, this fender is just all out of whack and we're not keeping it. So again, I just want to see, do these headlights work, and how well everything else is lining up, which seems to be really good. But this is crazy. It's starting to look like a car. We're still waiting on parts. The washer reservoir, we're still waiting on that, and the harness to connect it. Again, fender, bumper, we're waiting on those. Waiting on the hood as well. But right now, I think we're looking really good. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this video. We made a lot of progress on the Z, and honestly, it's starting to look like a car finally. So we're still waiting on some major parts, the washer reservoir, fender, bumper, hood, all of that stuff. And we have a couple surprises in store for the hood, which I'm so excited about. And honestly, this is turning out to be a really cool project. I've done several builds, crash cars, and this is the first that I've actually tried documenting. So honestly, I'm just excited to have all of this documented and post it. If you guys watch it, awesome, but it's just really cool to have some documentation with the car for me as an enthusiast. But if you like the video and you want to see more in the next video, hopefully we can start the car, maybe take it for a drive, see how things are running. But if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like down below, comment, and we'll see you later, guys. Peace.